Well, good morning, everybody. Coffee time at Jeffy Bear. And, yeah, I'm sitting here. I bought the coffee at McDonald's, sitting here at Tim Hortons parking lot because the reception's better. I guess that's a little rude, huh? I don't know. Made it to town yesterday. So I got to put my glasses on. The sun's a little bit too much for my eyes sometimes. Had eye surgery, so anyways, yeah. Been a good day. Slept well last night. I forget what it's like to live on the street, like live parked at the side of the road. I came back to my favorite spot where I usually stay in North Van, and there was a van in front of me. Like everything else, people, are people are out. A lot of people are out. A lot of places that you can't park anymore. There's no parking. And as I call them, like land yachts, like I'm not against them, but I know why some people probably bought them, because if they're going to live in them and they're half decent running at the time, yeah, probably got a good deal on them. And but what we don't think, I didn't even think that in my RV. What you don't think of is okay, how maybe things change, right? So how you going to drive this thing after a while? How you going to fix it if you're on really a low income? Stuff like that. It's got to be moved every day, or not. Then you have all these buildup of people just camping in one spot. Sometimes it's just a panic. You got to buy something, so you got a place to live because the rents are crazy. I parked in front of somebody today or last night. He had to start his van. He poured gas into it, so that tells me he didn't have a lot of gas. And with a canister, so it's about 10 or 20 liters. That's about it. And he had to run it for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But when people do that, like, oh yeah, I can smell the carbon. I can just smell his van. It was all over the place. And by the time he started it, I already had my windows cracked, fan on. So it just came right in here also, and it was like disgusting. My lips were a little bit like tingling from the carbon, You know how you see it in movies sometimes where people stick a pipe and put it in here and then they die? Yeah, well, that's pretty much what I was feeling yesterday, and all my windows were open. I'll give him points. He came behind. He said, "I'm sorry, for all that. My batteries are dead. I can't start my van half the time, so I need to keep it running just to recharge my batteries." And see, that's what happens. You sit too long, and that happens. Yeah, that happens. So just note, yeah, you might be able to afford it now, but in case something comes down the road, you might not be able to afford it, and then you're stuck with it. So anyways, on that note, that's fine. But there's that, and just it's getting a little bit harder to find places to park. I did have a list of stuff I wanted to talk about today. Now I got all stuck up on that, but no, I came down to Vancouver so I can. Oh yeah, that's what it was. When I left Squamish yesterday, I put in some. Not gas line antifreeze, but to clean out the jets and stuff. Because ever since we did the electrical, and I don't believe it's got anything to do with the electrical. I think it's getting clogged up somewhere. So, and I was thinking maybe take it in for an oil change or something today, before my trip begins. Next time I do an oil change, it'll be after I'm done my big trip going home. But Not really sure when that is right yet. So, yeah. So, yeah, I put in that stuff, and then I gave it a boot down. I gave it a boot down to the Vancouver. I think it cleaned it out a little bit, and you know, because that's another thing when you park too long. You gotta take the beast out for a run, or things happen to it. I mean, I didn't sit that long. I mean, we did sit a while, but I didn't sit that long. But still, it's good. These things are meant to be driven. Yeah, it's nice to go in the back bush, but you're not driving them. You're creeping them back there because you got to watch for potholes and dodge around different things and rocks, and you know what I mean. So yeah, so we just took off and did that, and then we stopped in at Horseshoe Bay, and you know, my favorite spot. I had supper with my friend Donnie, BC Don, at the fish and chip place there. If you get a chance, if you're in the Vancouver area, Squamish area, get a chance. I mean, they're all over the place, but if you want to go for a nice drive, yeah, the Sea Lovers in Horseshoe Bay. It's a nice little destination. Right now, there's lots of parking, and they're open. So, yeah, you know, you got to give back to some of these companies. I know he's my friend, but he wasn't my friend until I met him. Like, I mean, that sounds funny, doesn't it? He wasn't my friend until I met him. No, but he's a subscriber. He follows me, and he's always comes by at night and checks out the parking lot and keeps me informed of some stuff that you know, they're talking about or whatever. Because you know, he's a business owner and he lives in Squamish, so he's got his ear out all the time. He knows what's going on. His own businesses, so. No, he lets me know, you know, this is happening, that's happening, which is great, man. I mean, that's what you want, right? You want people, and you want to give back to the community that you're living in. You're not paying rent, but you know, I thought about that the other day. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, squatters or van lifers or whatever you want to call us." I guess we all get put into the same boat, I guess. You know, I just figured it out. Like, I mean, yeah, I might not own property or whatever, but and nobody in Squamish is complaining, but you know, let's look at this. I spent about $6,000 or $7,000 in Squamish alone since I've been there, just on auto repairs, and I don't even know if I counted all my food and different things. I mean, you know, I've even had my hair cut there, and that's not cheap. I understand that, you know, the price, but I mean, I've done a lot of things there. I've gone to the hospital. I mean, they've given me back stuff too, but I bought stuff at Shoppers Drug Mart there, even though it's a chain. But I bought it there in Squamish. I buy my food, my groceries, my gas in Squamish. So I'm putting in a lot of money, even though I don't own a house or pay property taxes or whatever else. You know, I'm just one guy. Everybody that goes through there, yeah, they're dropping some coin. You know, they're dropping some coins. A lot of them too are dropping shit all over the place, but most of us aren't. They're dropping coin. I woke up this morning, the same thing here. I woke up this morning, I'm not sure who it is, I'm not going to point fingers, but somebody forgot a bag outside, and I do believe it's animals, but you know, you're enticing them. They tell you to put your stuff away. You know, even if you have to keep it in your van or whatever, you know, don't keep it on the side of a tree or something until you go to the grocery store. See, that's the other thing. You can't just start that up and just go drop stuff off at the garbage can or something. You either got to walk with it or you got to bike with it or whatever. But you know, that thing's big. You know, it's hard to find places. That's the point. That's what everybody, you know. That's why everybody is looking at somebody to kick out, because it's, you know, it's difficult anyways, and some people see it as an eyesore. Yeah, Unfortunately, they're for long-term hauling and campgrounds, usually. But anyways, I'm not complaining about that. That's, like I said, my RV, 20 foot, it was great. I was thinking, oh man, I can go across country with this, and I did. I've been to places that some people wouldn't go to, and I did. And that was one of my biggest reasons. If you watch one of Chrome's videos, that's where one of the first times you see me, I think. That's what I said, sitting in my little RV. You know, I don't want to be put in a bundle with everybody else. So, anyways, that's what led me to this thing. Yeah, it's not as big, and I mean, I guess it's decked out to look like I live in it, because I do. But it's cheaper on gas, it's movable, I can do a lot of things with it, and and I'm happy with it, and I'm happy with it, so, and and I fit in a little bit better than a bigger rig, I guess. So yeah, I was on my search today too. I gotta go order some, I always call it drugs. I was telling Mark that I gotta pick up my drugs. He says, oh, drugs. I gotta pick up my medicine. I gotta reorder some insulin, because I've used most of it, and since I'm here, I might as well go. This is where I normally go to Shoppers, and that's the other point I wanted to make. I chose Shoppers Drug Mart because I got medical drugs I didn't need to take all the time. So they're the only pharmacy that I know of, but that I know of. I mean, there's London Drugs and stuff, but I've always been hooked up to Shoppers for years and years. So you're able to go from province to province to province. So in case you run out of something, you can go to you've got London Drugs. You can go to a Shoppers Drug Mart here in Canada. You can probably do it in the States. Not Shoppers, but your brand out there. Any place in Canada that has a Shoppers, and you can go in, and if you run out of medicine or something, you can say, I'm not from here, but my home base is in Vancouver. They'll check it out. They'll call, whatever. They'll transfer whatever you need over to their location. You can pick it up there, and down the road you go. So that's why I chose it, in case I needed something that was on my, just make sure, I ran into this before, just make sure that you have a prescription, or your prescriptions are up to date, because it's hard to do if you don't. You'd have to pay cash, and well, in my case, I won't get it back. Before, if I had insurance, I'd get it back, but not now. So just make sure that you got prescriptions are updated. And I also, little tip, I also carried an extra prescription from my doctor. He wrote one out and he phoned one in for my doctor. In case any of that happens, I can say, here's prescriptions, and then they'll continue to do that. So that's just a tip, heads up, whatever. Some people might have better ways, I don't know, but that was the way I've been using it, and it's worked so far. Because I've been not everywhere, but I've been to a lot of different places other than BC. When I was in Ontario, Nova Scotia or whatever, wherever had a place, New Brunswick, wherever had a Shoppers Drug Mart, I was able to get my drugs, not a problem. So, anyways, yeah, that's just a couple of little tidbits. Did I say I was looking for a chair? Yeah, Chrome gave me a chair one time, and it was good, don't get me wrong, but because of my knees and stuff, it's almost like, it's probably the perfect position if you had to go poop, because your knees are up in the air a little bit, and but I don't like that, because I'm not pooping, I'm sitting. And yeah, that sounds like the other word, but no, I'm sitting down, and it's very difficult sometimes for me to get up because of my knees. So Mark has one that he upsized or downsized or whatever. He got one that he likes, and he put this one in Joseph's storage locker, and yeah, I was looking, I can't find anything that's reasonable. So I phoned him up and said, hey man, what about that chair? Do you still have it? Because I can use it. He said, yeah, cheers. I'll get it. I'll pick it up. I'll get it. Give it to. I said, okay, thank you. So that's one thing off my list. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stay in Vancouver or North Vancouver for a couple of days. I'm not gonna do that because it's really hot here. I complain. It's funny. I complain by the ocean. It's cooler, but it's a lot more comfortable at night in Squamish, obviously, to sleep. So they got a little steamy here last night. It was like, wow. Well, you're in the city. You're away from water, away from, I'm around buildings and stuff. So, yeah, so I'll probably go back. But I'm going to, if I can today, I'm going to go order my drugs, my medicine. Then I'm going to go pick up my mail. And then I'll probably go by the beach again. Yeah, Spanish Banks. I'll see if I can run into Gus, say hello to him. I always try to do that every time I'm there. And probably chill until my drugs are ready, or my prescriptions are ready. And then I'll probably head it on back tonight. Yeah. Anyways, I had a little update, we're doing okay. I'm happy that I'm happy you enjoyed the video there about the cooking. And I know, I know it's probably not all, it's probably not all the stuff that you think I should be taking or whatever, but everybody, I appreciate your comments, but everybody needs to chill. Just, I mean, if you like what I'm showing you, great. But I'm amazed that you guys see stuff and I'm sitting there going, what the hell? You guys have magnifying glasses or something? The Crisco, that's a given. I mean, I know that, and I know that gets ranchy. But I know a lot more than I show on the video. I know a lot more than that. But it was funny. I was saying that, I was talking to Joseph, because I know he's a little bit of a health nut, right? And this is the thing that confuses me, okay? This is the thing that confuses me. I was in the store the other day. I got Miracle Whip. And I got Hellman's. Like the diet one, with the less salt or less whatever in it. And I'm looking at that saying, okay, and I read the labels. I'm reading the labels. I do. And I read the labels on both. I forget what it was, but there was one number off. Like if this one was a 3, the real stuff, and this one was a 2. That's it. That's a big difference. Everything else is the same. The fat, the this, the that, the that, the that. And I'm like, no. I'll get the real stuff, Miracle Whip, and I'll chance it. I'm sure I've taken other stuff worse for my health than that. So I'll chance the Miracle Whip, or I'll chance the whatever. They're both the same price at the dollar store. That's fine. That's what I'm saying. And when I asked Joseph that, he says, oh no, stay away from that. Stay away from that no salt stuff. That'll kill you. That's not good. That'll make you fatter. This is the confusing part. And it's not just Joseph. I mean, I've heard that before from other people. My ex-girlfriend said the same thing. Oh, don't eat that. No taste, no nothing. It's not good for you, really. Read the chemicals. Well, I'm not a chemical person, but yeah, I'll take your word for it. So I try to do the best I can with what I got. And I've even heard from, I guess, Italians or people that live on olive oil. It's not all that good for you either, from what they say, because people put too much on it because they think it's safe. It's like the COVID shot. Everybody's running around, I don't have to wear a mask, I got my shot. No, that's what I mean. So I guess you can there's a negative to everything. Let's try a little restraint. If I cook something, never mind picking apart the stuff I use. You don't need to use that. You can use real stuff. I don't care. I'm just showing you a little thing. You know, I put this together, that together. It's a $5 meal, one pot. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, the ingredient. Yeah, but that's what I got right now. And then remember, frugal, frugal, frugal. And I've tried eating healthy. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a great thing. But I guarantee you, and you know I'm telling you the truth, eating healthy costs a few extra dollars to do that. It really does. You know that. I know that because I have eaten healthy, but I'm living in a van now. So, anyways, I'm not trying to be the next Galloping Gourmet or whatever. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to show, you can put things together that you think you can't do, and you guys have helped me out tremendously with the additives, flavoring, and stuff like that. But on the other hand, you said that, and I've heard people tell me before, that stuff's no good for you. That's got too much shit in it. Like, that's what I mean. Like, just, I know it might be hard, just grab hold of the coffee cup or I don't know, use some duct tape and just watch the video. Please. Yeah. I'm just showing you a different thing. Anyways, this is really getting too long now, and I don't want to rant or nothing like that. I'm having a great day. I don't want you guys to have a great day, but you don't like it, that's all right. Move on. That's fine. I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But, let's move on. You don't have to watch it. I appreciate that you do, but you don't have to. And you don't have to comment on anything. You can turn it off then say, man, that guy's crazy. He's eating that shit. That's not good. But that's what I eat. So your thoughts and concerns ain't gonna really deter me from eating what I'm eating. I know I'm trying to be healthy, and I am. The fact that I'm cooking, not eating out all the time, that's one step. The fact that I'm, I try to use fresh stuff, or I try to use stuff that's not too bad for me, that's another step. So yeah. And I'm doing it outdoors. That's another step. Like, that's what I mean. I haven't done the whole picture yet, and I probably won't before I pass. But I'm working on changing some of the things that I've done for years. So maybe we can all try to get together to change some of the things that, I know you're being helpful too. So, I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick here. I know you're being helpful and trying to be helpful, but, I understand that. Anyways, on that note, I love yous all. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Sorry this is taking a little bit too long. And if you might want to do what I do, like I know a lot of people missed that last video with me with the bare ass production thing. Yeah. Sometimes things are too long. So what I do is I start it, I look at it, and you guys probably do it too, and then I go right to the back, right to the end, 2 or 3 minutes, and then I watch the ending, see what happens. And, just in case there's something like what a lot of people seem to miss at first glance. So, and do yourself a favor, it's funny as heck. Look up Bare Ass Productions, and guess who comes up in Google? We made it to the big time, Martha. Anyways, I love you all. Have a great day. Okay? Until next time. Bye-bye.